Recognizing the appreciation there from the audience at Brangwyn Hall. And now a little rearranging needs to be done on the stage for the next piece, Beethoven's Piano Concerto No. 1 in C major. This was composed in 1796. In fact, it wasn't the first concerto that Beethoven wrote, but it's referred to as No. 1 as it was the first to be published, although actually that didn't happen immediately either. The composer decided to hold it back from publication to ensure that rival pianists couldn't use it. And so when Beethoven himself decided to form the concerto, well, it would have more impact. The story of the first performance is worthy of note. The finale was only written a couple of days beforehand, and it was passed from the rather sickly composer out to copyists in the hall outside his room so that the instrumental parts could be produced. Then at the first rehearsal the following day, the piano was found to be a semitone flat. But that posed no problem for the great man. Beethoven just transposed his very difficult part up a semitone to C sharp major. Well, this evening's soloist won't have to do that. I heard the piano being tuned here this afternoon. The soloist is the talented young pianist Benjamin Grosvenor. Now in demand all over the world, he first came to prominence at the BBC's Young Musician competition. That was back in 2004. So what attracts him to this concerto?
It's a very sunny and joyous work, full of wit and charm, and outer movements, and it has this most beautiful slow movement, this largo. The concerto is in C major, and the slow movement we subside into A flat major, and it starts with A flat major chord, with beautiful sound from the strings, and yeah, it's just a glorious piece of music. I'm playing the second of the three cadenzas that he wrote. It's the shortest. It's interesting. One of the first cadenza is very grand, very the grand scale, quite long, but it seems to kind of not to fit in with the piece, in my opinion anyway. But this one's quite brief and sunny at the end of the first movement, and witty, and it just seems to fit the piece quite well. Apparently, Rachmaninoff's one of his favourite concertos, and at the end of his life, the only ones he would play was his Paganini and this piece. He liked it better than any of the Beethoven concertos.
And some people hear shades of Mozart there. Is it a natural progression from
I suppose so. You could say it's his most Mozartian of his piano concertos. It's, I suppose when Beethoven wrote this to showcase, because he was quite young at the time, to showcase himself at the keyboards for the piano.